after the fact. Because number one, when me and him first broke up, this was well before the taking thing. He made a page on Facebook and it was called Delia Has Herpes. He went in and added everybody from high school. He added all my hair clients. He added everybody. He uploaded all the freaky pictures I sent to him while we was in a relationship, uploaded screenshots and text messages and everything. Like, so that's why I always say all these people get on here and try to drag me. Ain't none of y'all drag me the way these baby daddies have. Like, I was saying ain't nothing compared to being on the CDC's website listed as having herpes. All right. So I learned a lot of lessons in that, but I went to hair school and then I ended up having my first child. And then life has kind of just floated since then.
So how
That's
old
really,
were
I
you?
think,
Real quick,
when I had my
Delia.
first son,
Yeah.
22.
So you were 22 and you had your first son. Okay, go ahead. Continue.
Yeah. So yeah, I was with my first son's father for 2 years before we got engaged. Then we got engaged, and then I got pregnant with my first son, and then we ended up not getting married. And of course, I just ended up having my first son, and then messy, and life just continued, of course, and it got to the point where, like I've stated, our breakup just wasn't good. And
Right.
then when we had our breakup was awful. And when we broke up, I placed him on child support, as many women do,
What
because
age?
we
What
need
age was
assistance.
this?
So by the time we broke up, D'Anthony might have been almost 2, maybe.
So he's like
Big
24,
maybe.
24,
So
25.
maybe 24. My
Yeah.
honestly, possibly 23, I'm feeling like. And I feel like that, and I say that because I want to say my next kid came at 26. So I just 2015. When you get older, then you put these years together, you get frustrated. But
Right.
my second child came in 2015, but my first one was 2011. So there we go. I know the years. I don't know where I was at in them,
Yeah,
but
I
that's
got
that.
you.
So yes, first one in January 6, 2011. Second one, Cinco de Mayo, 2015. Now between the January and the Cinco de Mayo, though, this is a small but very detail oriented later timeline. I broke up with him. I placed him on child support because I, of course, was young and I was having a hard time taking care of my child. The child support pissed him off, of course, so much that instead of paying it, he gets bitter and takes the child. Not only in the midst of the taking of the child, because fine, people do that. They take the child when they're bitter about the child support. Not only does that, he further tries to upset by allowing the sister to put into the file that I have herpes simplex too. The reason that I'm bringing that up is because honestly, I know that I wouldn't have been with or even dealt with my second son's father, which I've known from my childhood, if I didn't
Yeah,
think that I had herpes. Now, I talked about this on my YouTube, but this is why I'm just giving a small synopsis about it. But in
for sure.
reality, I believe that I had herpes. So, that's not something that you play with. Like my brother's HIV positive. So I take these type of things pretty serious. So of course, when you find out or think that you have something like that, it gives you not too many options on how you want to date, because a lot of questions arise. Number one, it is do you trust this person enough to ask them or tell them this? Is this person going to trust you enough to keep your secret? Are they gonna want to deal with you after the fact? But of course, everything in my life, I have always taken the lesson and turned it into a blessing for myself. So yes, did I hate the life I lived thinking that I had that, but I used to be a humongous stressor. And I mean, like, I would stress to the point where I would get sick. And when you think, or if you have herpes simplex too, one of the number one causes for an outbreak is stress. It's poor
Hmm.
hygiene, lack of dieting, and stress. So I kind of thank God that situation occurred, because for 3 years, it taught me how to control my stress. I let go of so many things, and I wouldn't have never learned how to do that, I don't believe, if I wouldn't have had to have went through that. Because the last thing I wanted.
Are you good? So just for clarification, because I think I might have missed that. Your first child's father, the sister put out, was it a rumor?
No, so she's a nurse and she worked at the clinic that I was going to.
Okay.
So she placed them in my file. And I know a lot of people are like, well, you could get her for defamation of character and all of this stuff. By the time I found it out, number one, she no longer worked there. Number two, I had no proof, just what I knew. So it was one of them where it is what it is. So
So she put in your file that you had herpes?
simplex 2. Not just herpes. It's a big deal. Herpes simplex 2. So for 3 years, I believed that I had herpes. And how was I to know that it wasn't true when the clinic is the one that told
Right.
it to me?
Right. Right.
So of course, when I met my second son's father, I knew him from my childhood. So we ran back into each other. So mind you, this is a childhood bond, me thinking me and him are good homies. So of course, that made it easy for us to get together because it's like, it's easier to just, I shared it with him and he didn't care up until we broke up. And then,
Well, you said your second child's father, you known him since childhood. So I don't think you
yes.
said this, but from me watching your video, you said he looked at what the first child's father did and he did the same thing. Is that correct? Like, because he
Yep.
was with
And
you when
sent
you
me
were
a
going
text
through
message.
all that.
Said it. Yes.
Go
He was
ahead.
with
Say
me
it again.
he was with me through, so I met him towards the end of the relationship. He was like in a relationship with me when the first son's father took him. He was there for all of that. So when we
Gotcha.
got to our issue and our level, when he took him after the fact, because number one, when me and him first broke up, this was well before the taking thing. He made a page on Facebook and it was called Delia Has Herpes. He went in and added everybody from high school. He added all my hair clients. He added everybody. He uploaded all the freaky pictures I sent to him while we was in a relationship, uploaded screenshots and text messages and everything. Like, so that's why I always say all these people get on here and try to drag me. Ain't none of y'all drag me the way these baby daddies have. Like, the shit y'all saying ain't nothing compared to being on the CDC's website listed as having herpes. So anyway, he did that.
Guys, there you have it, man. This was a great show. I normally don't do multiple lives back to back, but we was on here. Sorry about the technical difficulties starting a little later than usual, but this is an awesome show. Share this video with your buddies, your friends, anybody who you think may need to watch this, because this was truly needed to be, some information that's not really heard, especially I never heard of it, that Missouri is on that type of time. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy to me. But once again, shout out to everybody who gave a super chat. I appreciate you. Shout out to my moderators. I appreciate you as well. Doing a great job and things like that. Also, guys, if you didn't know, Cuffin Reasons Dating Show every Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you're interested in being a guest, hit me up on IG or email me at jrwisdomunlimited@gmail.com. Like the video, share, subscribe to this channel. I invite you to subscribe if you haven't. Hit all notifications. Subscribe to my backup channel. If you're interested in credit cards, funding, real estate, just gigs that can help you make money, subscribe right now to the Hustler's Apprentice channel. The links are all in the description as well. And listen, man, purchase all my books, my merch. You guys see them right here. Puppeteering with Heartstrings and the Law of Attraction for the Pessimistic Mind. Pick up your copy right now for the price of a junior bacon cheeseburger. You can get it right now instantly. Links is in the description. So with that being said, man, once again, I appreciate you guys joining me on this late night and rocking with me, everybody who showed support and gave a super chat. And with that being said, this is Wisdom. Peace be upon you all, the mercy and blessings of the Almighty. And I'm going to catch you guys on the next one. I'm out of here. Peace.
It's God's beat maker.
And I don't know. I will put a light in the sky for the G's that done turn memory from go. Blessings we send to the ghetto youth them.